Vijayanagar Kingdom. The disintegration of the Tughlaq dynasty began during the rule of Muhammad Tughlaq. In South India, there were revolts against the central power of Delhi. From these revolts arose the formidable Vijayanagar and Bahamani kingdoms. Formidable means strong, powerful. The two brothers, Harihar and Bukka, were in the service of the Delhi Sultanate. Taking advantage of the instability in the South India during the rule of Muhammad bin Tughlaq, they founded the Vijayanagar kingdom in 1336 CE. Hampi was its first capital and Harihar became the first ruler of Vijayanagar kingdom. After the death of Harihar, he was succeeded by his brother Bukka, who brought the region up to Rameswaram in South India under his control. Map of India showing expansion of Vijayanagar kingdom in the medieval time period of history. Postage stamp showing the image of Krishnadev Raya. Krishnadev Raya ascended the throne of Vijayanagar kingdom in the year 1509 CE. He conquered Vijayawada and Rajmahendri and annexed this region to his kingdom. Annex means attached, joined. He defeated the combined forces of the armies of the Sultans of Deccan who had united under the leadership of the Bahmani Sultan Mahmud Shah. During his rule, Vijayanagar kingdom expanded, that is extended from Cuttack in the east up to Goa in the west and from the Raichur Doab in the north up to the Indian Ocean in the south. He died in the year 1530 CE. Krishnadeva was a scholar. He wrote a book, Amukta a Telugu compendium on polity. The Hazaram temple and Vitthal temple, these two temples were built during his rule in Vijayanagar. Images of Vitthal temple and Hazaram temple. Disintegration of Vijayanagar kingdom. The decline of the Vijayanagar kingdom began with the death of Krishnadev Raya. In 1565 CE, at Talikot in the present state of Karnataka, there was a battle between Adil Shahi, Nizam Shahi, Qutub Shahi, Firoz Shahi, these four sultans of Deccan on one hand and the Vijayanagar kingdom on the other side. Vijayanagar was defeated and thereafter the dominance of Vijayanagar kingdom came to an end. Bahmani kingdom. While Muhammad bin Tughlaq was still ruling, some of his Sardars in the Deccan rose in rebellions against him. The leader of these Sardars was Hassan Gangu. He defeated the army of Sultan of Delhi and in 1347 CE a new kingdom, Bahmani kingdom, came into existence. The first capital of Bahmani kingdom was Gulbarga city in Karnataka and Hassan Gangu became the first sultan of this kingdom. Image showing Malika-e-Maidan cannon. This cannon is said to be the largest piece of cast bronze ordnance in the world that was utilized by the Deccan Sultans during the Battle of Talikota. It was provided by Ali Adil Shah I of Bijapur Sultanate. Mahmud Gawan. Muhammad Gawan was the chief wazir of Bahmani kingdom. He was a good administrator. He had strengthened the Bahmani kingdom. He had started paying the soldiers' salaries in cash instead of land grants. He had brought discipline in the army of Bahmani kingdom, and he had introduced many reforms in the revenue system. He had opened the madrasa at Bidar for Arabic and Persian studies. Map of India showing expansion of Vijayanagar kingdom in the medieval time period of history. Map showing the extension boundaries of five small powers which came into existence after the disintegration of Bahmani kingdom, that is Adil Shahi of Bijapur, first battle of Panipat and rise of Mughal power. On 21st April 1526 CE, Delhi Sultanate came to an end and Mughal power was established there in India. Babur was the founder of the Mughal power. He was a king of Fargana in today's Uzbekistan in Central Asia. He had heard about the wealth of India and planned an invasion, that is, attack on India. The ruling Sultan of Delhi at that time was Ibrahim Lodi. He had strained relations with his governor of Punjab, Daulat Khan Lodi. Because of his peculiar temperament, he had made many enemies. Daulat Khan Lodi invited Babur to march on India, and taking this opportunity, Babur invaded India. To repel this invasion, Ibrahim Lodi marched with his army on Babur. Both the armies met against each other at Panipat in Haryana on 24th April 1526, and the first battle of Panipat took place there. At that time, Panipat was a small village in today's Haryana state. In this battle, for the first time, Babur made use of artillery in India and defeated Ibrahim Lodi's army, and after that he had established Mughal power at Delhi. Dis- Disintegration of Vijayanagar kingdom. The decline of the Vijayanagar kingdom began with the death of Krishnadev Raya. Battle at Khanwa. After the first battle of Panipat, Babur had to face the opposition from the Rajputs. Rana Sangha of Mewar brought all Rajputs together. There was a battle between Rana Sangha of Mewar and Babur at Khanwa. Rana Sangha and his army fought very bravely, but Babur's artillery and reserve force played a key role in this battle also. Rana Sangha's army was defeated, and thus Babur succeeded in crushing the opposition of the Rajputs. Later, Babur died in the year 1530 CE. Map of India showing expansion of Vijayanagar kingdom in the medieval time period of history. Image of Maharana Sangram Singh, that is Rana Sanga. After Babur, his son Humayun ascended the throne of Delhi in 1530 CE. He was defeated by Sher Shah Suri, who established the Sur dynasty on the throne of Delhi. After Humayun, Akbar ascended the throne of Delhi in 1556 CE. There was a battle between Akbar and Hemu at Panipat in 1556 CE, and this is the second battle of Panipat. Akbar won this second battle of Panipat. Akbar's ambition was to bring the whole of India under his one central authority. After Akbar, Jahangir, he became the Mughal emperor in 1605 CE. During his rule, his wife Nur Jahan played an active role in the administration. Jahangir was followed by Shah Jahan. He became the Mughal emperor in 1628. The next emperor after Shah Jahan was Aurangzeb. He became Mughal emperor in 1658 and he ruled for a very long time. After his death, the Mughal empire became very weak.